Order. Order. Question number 9. Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Education. Does she have confidence that she's receiving quality, independent advice from her officials?
The Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr Speaker, yes.
Question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Has she received advice indicating that the vast bulk of support for students with special needs sitting NCEA exams has been going to students at the wealthiest schools? If so, why has that huge inequity not been addressed?
The Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr Speaker, the member is fully versed on that because I've answered that in written questions to him, so yes, I have provided those answers. The member is also aware, as is the House, that I've repeatedly said that we are not yet in a good enough place, but we have improved significantly. However, the House needs to be aware, having softened the criteria by which schools can apply, having provided support for schools to apply, we cannot make schools apply. 98.4% of all applications were approved. Schools need to apply and we will work with them to be successful.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
How is it equitable for only 450 students in decile 1 to 3 schools to gain that support, whilst over 3,000 students at decile 8 to 10 schools got the same level of support in the past year?
The Honourable Hikia Parata.
As I answered very fully in my answer to the primary question, Mr Speaker, it is a matter of schools applying.
Supplementary question, Mr
Supplementary
Speaker.
question, Chris Hipkins.
Why did staff in her office require ministry officials to change advice in a briefing to her that indicated that the changes she implemented over the past year have not addressed the huge inequity in who receives special assessment support with the NCEA exams?
The Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr Speaker, I saw and signed the final report, and again, as the member is fully aware, since he has the email exchange, none of that, what he alleges, is true.
Absolutely is. Supplementary question,
Supplementary
Mr. Speaker.
question, Chris Hipkins.
Does she believe it's acceptable for the Education Review Office to change its independent recommendations after consultation with the Ministry of Education? If so, what is the purpose of having the Education Review Office as an independent agency?
The Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr Speaker, again, as the member is aware, because he's in possession of the letter that the Chief Review Officer provided in response to those scurrilous allegations, that the professional integrity of herself and her office that story has alleged is very much misplaced. It is a matter of fact that ERO and the Ministry talk to each other. ERO, as an independent evaluative agency, makes assessments that have implications for the policy and operations of the Ministry. So it would be nonsense for them not to ensure that they were serving the education sector well.
Supplementary question, Mr.
Supplementary
Speaker.
question, Chris Hipkins.
Is she satisfied she's getting value for money from the 200% increase in the Ministry of Education's public relations budget, in light of the growing number of revelations they're using this extra resourcing to operate war rooms to reduce embarrassment to the government?
The Honourable Hikia Parata.
I think it's more important that the sector feels they're getting value for money, and the sector tells me, well, of course, the member speaks only to a particular element of the sector, where I, of course, speak to and listen to the full range, and they are getting value for money. Is that it?
Order. Order. Question number 10.